joining us today to talk about ito pa rin. Siyempre, usapang business pa rin tayo. Putting up your own business are the delegates of the pataas ko ng konti. Yeah. Upcoming Entrepreneur and Franchise Expo 2014. We have Mr. Niels Wall, ayan, Director and Co-Founder of Combined Logistics Network. Ms. Sheila Lina, CEO of Shopinas, and Aseoche of Jetty Petroleum.
Good morning,
guys. Welcome, guys, and Shine.
Welcome. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, so far so good.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I said earlier, Jen,
Before starting a business, what are the things we should consider first? Ayan. That's
so
the
who would
first
like to
question.
answer? Actually, what I would like to ask first is, what kind of business should I venture into? For example, I want to start up my own business. Ano ba yung parang what kind of business should I choose for myself? Anyone?
Depends on your passion, I guess.
Yes,
That's
that's
right.
correct.
Yeah.
And what you
Passionate.
know.
Expertise also. You may have a certain ability that you want to showcase, right?
All right. So for example, I'm a cook. I should start up a small restaurant probably.
Be easier.
Okay. Or catering, yeah. So it's a home-based. Okay. So as you said earlier,
Yeah, so before starting a business, what are the things we should consider first? Aside from your passion.
Well, I think kailangan alamin mo rin kung ano yun na yung pumapatok ngayon, ano yung gusto ng
Trending.
mga tao.
Oo.
Trending,
Right?
kumbaga.
Kasi trends is important para alam mo kung ano yung overall, yun nga, trend. Pero ayaw mo rin talagang sumabay sa trend kasi parang kung sumasabay ka sa trend, palaos ka na. Kasi di ba trends, sisikat
okay.
siya, tapos nun malalaos din.
so parang pag masyado ng pa-upward, tendency is to go
Oo.
down.
So,
Okay.
kailangan maintindihan mo kung ano yung trends para saan ka lulugar. At saka kung meron kang idea, papatok ba siya in relation to what's available out there. Kasi
Okay.
kung ikaw yung nauna ng trend, di ikaw yung makaride ng wave na yon.
Okay.
Pero kung if ever, like, medyo
Kasabay
nahuli
ka
ka na,
pala. Yeah.
maybe it's time for you to think of something else. But the other thing that I would recommend is, although may maganda kang idea, check mo rin muna kung bumibili ba yung mga kaibigan mo, pamilya mo,
Yung
right?
market
Oo,
mo.
yung
Your
market mo.
market.
Kasi,
Yeah.
sige, feeling mo magaling ka magluto. Pero kung yung mga tao sa paligid mo ay medyo hindi naniniwala, di ba? Parang medyo kailangan mong i-improve yung recipe mo
Yes.
para sa panlasa talaga ng tao.
Okay.
Kasi, syempre, it's one thing what you bring to the table and it's another kung ano yung response ng market dun sa product mo. So, before you even start a business, you should feel confident na meron ka nang bibili ng product mo kasi
You
it
have your market.
satisfies
Yeah.
a certain thing that they are looking for that's not currently available.
So,
Okay.
so parang you're also saying we don't always have to follow the trend. Sometimes we have to be innovative also.
Yes, of
Yes.
course.
But we have to study the market first.
I think what's very important also is that you have a business plan. I mean, imagine you're building a house without a plan. You can't build a house without, having an
plan, yeah.
architect, without having contractors.
Contractors,
You have to have a plan somehow. So it's the same with business. You're building a proper structure. You're building your marketing. You're building your sales. You're building your inventory. You're really building a proper business, and that needs planning.
Okay.
Yeah. And of course, you need to have capital for your business.
Yeah.
Of course.
Either for your savings, or you can get a loan from either from the bank or from your friends and family. It's
Yeah.
important. And then you have to, aside from looking at the trends in the market, you have to plan. Eventually, and then combine what you know about the market.
Okay.
Okay.
We know na syempre when you're starting up a business pa lang, mistakes are really inevitable. Parang it will
Inevitable,
happen
yeah.
talaga eh. Pero just, para in a way medyo maka-avoid tayo dyan, what are the common mistakes that, startup
people
entrepreneur
make. Yeah, people
should
make.
watch out for?
Okay, I can start with common mistakes usually trying to do everything yourself. No?
Okay.
Kasi parang pag umpisa mo, like Neil said, you have to have a plan. But then sometimes you're not exactly sure yet what's gonna work. So sometimes before ka pa nag-take off, ubos ka na kasi your focus is so spread out. So for
Okay.
instance, if you're not really that good at marketing, you could maybe try to hire somebody who can help promote your products.
Okay.
Or let's say in terms of operations, instead of building the product yourself, maybe you can source from ready-made tapos ikaw na lang yung mag-assemble.
Yeah.
Right? So parang get to market as fast as possible so you know ano yung ideas ng mga tao. Because sometimes people are so worried, they want to get it perfect, they want to do everything right.
Yes.
And then ubos na sila. Like with the capital, they burned all their capital and they haven't even shown anything to the market.
Yes, okay.
So I think that's one thing where I would recommend, get as much help and support as you can. Don't try to feel like, oh, I'm gonna do this alone, right?
Yes.
Tap freelancers, tap other service providers, so that you can focus on what you feel is your core strength as an entrepreneur. What's your main service offering, and then everything else, have other people do it so that you can get to market as fast as possible. And then when you realize like, okay, I can save more if I can incorporate that into my business, then that's part of your business plan. Now, when I get to this point, then I'll incorporate that back in. So that's a suggestion.
And I guess you can also maximize yung resources around you. For example, the internet, diba? In terms of marketing, it's free.
Yes.
So you don't have to really pay too much for that, diba?
Yes.
You can maximize it. So yun, I guess dapat marunong tayo na laruin
Yeah.
yung mga resources natin.
I think it's important to understand also that many times people think, okay, I'm going to build this beautiful website and my products are just going to sell. But that's a common mistake that many people make,
Yes.
because your website does not replace your marketing work.
Yeah.
Just imagine a big, beautiful billboard in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to see it. So you have to really market. You have to do social marketing. You use Facebook, Twitter,
Facebook,
whatever, right? I mean,
yes.
it's relatively inexpensive.
Yes.
And it gets you a lot of mileage to get your product and your website known out there,
Yes.
if you're doing e-business or any kind of
That's
other
a
business.
very good point. How about you, sir?
Yeah, you need to have good business control.
Business control.
Yes, that's correct. You need to have, what's going on with your money, with your marketing, how your customers respond to your product. Okay, and then you have to be flexible. You have to adjust
Like
quickly.
flexible?
Yeah, yeah, like when you back then, when you need to, especially when you're just taking off and you don't know how everything's going to turn out. So you have to be observant, and then you need to react. Okay, or you be proactive.
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 Important.
Do you, personal question ka lang, do you advise, for example, yung mga beginners pa lang na entrepreneurs to join, say, for example, bazaars, yung mga ganun? Do you
Yes.
advise it?
That's
Do
a
you
good
advise
marketing
that?
strategy, actually.
It depends on your product.
It depends.
Yeah, like ours, we can't go to
Of
a
course.
bazaar.
Petroleum sa bazaar, why not? Kakaiba yun. Sobrang innovative naman yata yun. But yeah, you do advise that.
Yes, I think for, let's say, apparel, beauty products, food products.
Like the ones we have here.
Yes, that we are going to be featuring. I think it's important that you parang have small opportunities, small risks, but small exposure that you can learn from, right?
Yeah.
So with these bazaars, or yun nga, through your social media that you can post your products, that's a way for you to see like, okay, are people interested, and what do they like about my product? Is, if I price it a little bit higher, what's gonna happen? If I price it a little lower, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Kasi kailangan meron kang ganon so that when you scale it up, let's say you become more ambitious, you have data points that you can look back. Okay, you're not just creating something out of midair. You have the interaction of the market, your customers
Yes.
already. And then you can also build word of mouth.
Exactly.
Exactly like our brand that's on our site, Snowy. I believe that's how she started, no? Sa mga bazaars. And then
Yeah.
because people talked about her product,
Yeah.
she was able to increase her revenue until
Yeah.
she was able to start opening stores in the mall. And then, of course, she extended her presence online with her store on shopiness.com.
That's nice. Oo nga, dapat hindi talaga na-underestimate yung word of mouth, the power of word
Yes,
of mouth.
yes,
Kasi,
actually.
di ba, parang sa Instagram, sa Facebook, people talked about it.
Yes.
And then, kilala na talaga yung brand mo, di ba?
Yeah, it can make or break you, actually.
Yes.
Because that's
yeah.
priceless. You can't put a price on the trust that people will have on the people talking about your product.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because obviously, you can pay for advertising, right? But people know already na parang, syempre, binayaran nila for that exposure. But when it's your friend telling you like, hey, this is really good,
Yeah.
then I trust you, then that level of awareness is different from just seeing an advertisement. So when you buy it, it's that knowledge like, oh, my friend told me about this, so I'm so excited. You know, there's that bond also that you have with your friend, na you're sharing this experience.
oo.
So that's how powerful social media is, and that's why it's important for like entrepreneurs. You know, you're already on social media, right? You're on Facebook, you're on Twitter, so it's like understanding why do you share certain things so that when you have your own business already, you can have that kind of behavior that people are excited about for the brand that you yourself build.
Okay, would you like to add?
Well, yes, just going a step back again, don't procrastinate. By that I mean, if you have an idea, put it down on paper, make a small plan, and get going. Don't delay it.
Yes,
There is
that's
never the right time to start. The
Yes.
right time to
It's
start
now.
is really right now.
Right
right?
now.
Not true.
Okay.
So there is no perfect. When good, is
Yes.
already good enough. So
Yes.
it gets you started. You have to get going.
True.
How about you, sir? Would you like to add to that?
Yeah, you need to have good timing. It's good timing to enter the market and also to watch the competitors.
How do you know when it's a good time? How do you know when it's the right time?
Some successful entrepreneurs would have the good instinct to
Okay.
come to act and to make decisions.
I see.
Okay. So I guess yun din yung one of the things or one of the reason why they should attend yung mga expos
Yes.
to know, diba,
Oo.
when it's the right time na to do something, diba?
Pwede bang animal instinct?
Malakas ba ang animal? Ay, why not? Diba kung malakas ang animal instinct, why not? And then, nabanggit ko na rin lang yung Entrepreneur and Franchise Expo. This is happening on Saturday, right?
Yeah, Friday.
Friday.
Would you like to
Sunday.
promote?
Yeah,
Alright,
well,
please
register.
invite our viewers.
Register on efe.ph this weekend, and you will be able to meet us as well as I think another 20 other entrepreneurs. You'll be able to learn
familiar faces, actually.
from others and get your business going.
Okay.
Yes, so efe.ph, I'll be speaking on Saturday talking about how to build a successful startup. And we're
Alright.
very excited to reach out to entrepreneurs who, just need that little bit of inspiration to get going.
Okay.
That's nice. And you,
Yeah,
sir?
we're inviting entrepreneurs, business partners, come to the Entrepreneur Franchise Expo. As for us, we're looking for dealers and lot owners where we can put up our stations.
Alright.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Actually, sinabi ko to kanina, I'm going, so I'll see you guys there.
Yeah.
Jenny, pumunta ka
I
na
might
rin.
go.
You might go. Ayan. So, kita-kita po tayo
Take care of
dyan,
us, ah.
kasambahay. Thank you so much again. Thank you, Mr. Nils Wall, Director and Co-founder of Combined Logistics Networks. Ms. Sheila Lina, CEO of Shopinas, and Ike Asioche of Jetty Petroleum. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Pero-
much, guys. At wag po kayong aalis, magbabalik pa rin po ang
Rise and Shine!